Originally published in 2008 by Jeff Smith, Rasl is the story of Dr. Robert Joseph Johnson, aka Rasl, a scientist turned interdimensional art thief. He uses an immersion suit to enter what he calls the Drift, the place where he can travel to other dimensions. Before he became an art thief, Rasl worked on a secret project called the St. George Array with fellow scientists and married couple Miles and Maya. We eventually learned that Rasl was having an affair with Maya, who gave him the nickname Rasl, which stands for Romance at the Speed of Light. He also spends time with Anne, or Annie, I should say, a hooker that he treats as kind of a surrogate girlfriend. This series is a page turner, which I love. Just the right amount of dialogue. I sometimes hate when comics are too wordy. I mean, sure, I like Watchmen, I love Watchmen, but not every book needs to be as wordy as Watchmen. Give me minimal dialogue and a real slow reveal of the plot and leave me to enjoy the beautiful line work of Jeff Smith. I'm good. Shout out to the Columbus, Ohio indie comics community. There's a lot of good comics coming out of that crew, and Jeff Smith is a huge part of that. Smith spent a year researching the latest theories in physics for this series. He even moved to Arizona to get a more authentic feel for the desert scenery where it takes place. Some of the other influences are film noir, hard-boiled detective novels, and of course the work of Nikola Tesla. Personally, just mention Nikola Tesla and I'm in. Smith spins a great tale working Tesla's missing journals, the Philadelphia experiment, the Tunguska event into this story. What got me thinking about this series again was finding 2 volumes of the oversized collected editions at my local comic shop for like 60% off. I just had to buy them. Then that made me realize that I never finished reading the series. I'd only read the C2E2 special printing, which was actually a reprint of issue number 6. So that means I jumped in the story right in the middle and never finished it. Anyway, buying those books made me go back and reread the first 5 issues of Rasl, which was in my to-read box, and having already picked up the second collected edition, The Fire of St. George, and Volume 3, Romance at the Speed of Light, all I had to do now was get the Lost Journals of Nikola Tesla, which I was able to find on Amazon for like $10 because it was a library copy. Having finished the story, I can finally say that I highly recommend Rasl, especially if you're a fan of science fact or fiction. Whatever you choose to believe, it's still a very compelling story. Really, the whole point of this review series is for me to go through my unread comic boxes and catch up on all the stuff that I've been missing. I know I'm not breaking any news with the latest buzz in the industry, but I figure there must be somebody out there like me who's behind on their reading and might be interested in the same books. Don't forget to leave a comment, a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and subscribe.